All right, let's talk some automation. Today, what I'm going to do is take you through how your operations team can edit templates directly through the user interface. The huge benefit here is that as things change on the data source or website that you're automating on, rather than having those changes require your team to then have to reach out to your software developers and adjust scripts, they instead have the ability to go directly into Weeldi and make those adjustments themselves. I'll give you an example of what those kind of adjustments are. Here we're on a template for Verizon to pull an invoice. And as we scroll down, what we'll see here is the ability to configure the duration of the automation, whether or not you want the automation to pause after a certain amount of time, what the reattempt logic is for the automation. So, for example, some websites, particularly in the telco vendor space, can be unstable. Perhaps you want to make sure that each time you run a job in Wildy, it reattempts, say, 3 times every 30 minutes um, before stopping and reattempting again. Gives the team the ability to enable or disable file comparison, which is particularly useful when you're downloading files that you expect to be new on a particular day, but are not guaranteed to be new on that day. Gives you the ability to compare that file to the previous time the automation ran. You have the ability to configure how any of those files are renamed, ability to configure concurrent login sessions. So when you're automating on a website may allow one set of credentials to be on the website, say 5 times concurrently. And then later on, that website may make an adjustment for either security or trying to manage traffic on their website and reduce those concurrent logins down to, say, 3 or maybe even 1. So your team would have the ability to come in here and make that adjustment automatically in the system without having to adjust any scripts. You also have the ability to control when logins halt. This would be the case where Wildy was given the wrong set of credentials to log into a website. And rather than the automation continue to try with the incorrect credentials and accidentally lock an account out, what you can do here is configure how often Wildy tries before it halts that job and lets you know that you need to update your credentials. When you're automating on the web, it's definitely a very unique scenario in the respect that you don't control the data source that you're automating on. And also, the data sources can be unstable. So, in some cases, a website may produce an invalid login, even though your login credentials are right. Now, your team doesn't want to create a bunch of jobs that halt automatically. So, what you can do here is you can say, don't halt till after we see 3 invalid login screens and wait 30 minutes before you retry each time. And this can help you navigate around some websites that may not be as stable or going through an update and experiencing moments of instability. Lastly, you have your browser configuration here, and you have the ability to edit things like whether you're utilizing Chrome, Firefox, or default. Some websites will work particularly well with different browsers and not well with others. You have the ability to remember sessions. This can be particularly useful when you're getting into a website that requires MFA or multi factor authentication. This can help you avoid that multi factor authentication going forward. You can allow and disallow third party tracking, and you can also use proxies to access the website. So these are some of the things that you can configure directly through our interface in the template that require no coding. Thanks everybody for your time. Talk to you later. Bye.